Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. Quite unbelievably, it is day 20 of the 30-day video series. No one suspected I'd get this far. I did not suspect I'd get this far, to be honest. I thought about giving up a few times, but something has kept me going. Something's kept me going. Anyway, you are in for a treat today, and that is because I have new fish. And I know how much you guys love it when I get new fish. Now, in a previous video, I told you I was getting an exceptionally rare and expensive fish. And that is what I'm going to be showing you today. I've only seen one of these once in 17 years, and it was actually a mackerel in one of the display tanks. Now, I asked you to guess in the comment section below that video, and some of you are going to be incredibly disappointed to realize I did not get myself an insanely expensive peppermint angel. How much money do you think YouTube pays me? Nor did I get a Cuban basslet, although trust me, I keep feeling like I have enough fish, and it turns out that I just don't. So, because almost immediately after getting this fish, I thought to myself, I could get a Cuban basslet. So, I've just come to the realization that it just doesn't stop. Maybe I need some help. Is there like an AA for fish? Anyway, the first clip of this video was actually filmed before this intro was filmed. So just to give you some context to make everything make sense, I got a gem tang. That's not a special fish, but I did get a gem tang. It was a perfectly healthy, non-chewed gem tang. And I think you're now up to date. Right, today we are doing some angelfish matchmaking. So I have moved one of the females down into the tank next to the male. Now originally, as I said in the previous video, this was for my new fish, but plans change. Plans change all the time with me. Literally, one moment I think that this is a good idea, and then like 5 minutes later I decide that I'm not doing that anymore. So I moved her down here. The reason I've moved her is because originally she was in this tank, but you can see what she's done to the gem tang overnight. Now, that isn't ideal. I will be completely honest with you. The amount of aggression that has come from these fish has surprised me. Of all the fish that are going in, I never suspected that the angelfish would be the ones that caused the problem. Now, don't be overly worried about how big that cut is, because in a couple of days' time, that cut will be completely healed, because fish can heal their fins really, really quickly. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was half sealed tomorrow. So I thought to myself, if they are this aggressive, it's probably best to reintroduce them to each other, obviously through the glass pane, just so they can get accustomed with each other. And you can see that they are not friendly already. I assume they're not friendly. Obviously, I don't speak fish, but his actions suggest to me. Now that looks more like a territorial display than anything else, and he will not leave this glass panel. Obviously, once they go into the water box, in probably 2 to 3 weeks' time, there will be no glass panel between them, but by then, hopefully they will have got used to each other, and they can live happily ever after. And the reason that he's doing this at the moment is because she's only been there literally for 5 minutes, so he hasn't seen her for a little while. They used to live together, but because the tanks are relatively small, although they're not that small, if any of them did get a bit rambunctious, there was no way for them to get away from each other, and because of the price of them, I want to make sure that they are kept in pristine condition. Now, before we get to the special fish, there were a couple of other new fish that you may have just noticed in the last clips. Now, one of them is this fireball angelfish, and I'll be honest with you, of all the fish that I got, ironically, this fish, which was actually the cheapest one, end up being my favourite. He has just such great character about him, and although I know I'm asking for it with regards to mixing all of these angelfish together and potentially some of them eating coral, I do not regret this guy at all. So what I potentially should have done is just bought him and then saved myself a ton of money. I know what I'm doing now. My plan is to essentially recreate the tank that you saw 2 days ago, Christian's tank. He obviously has large angelfish in a 5-meter tank, so I thought I could have small angelfish in a 6-foot tank. The other angelfish are all doing well still. They grow so fast when they're this size. And even Jeffrey, the white tiger goby, is right on display, and normally he's sort of tucked away and you hardly ever see him, which is actually one of the reasons why I love him. We've also been following this Nasso tank pretty closely, although she is far from fat. She's come a long way from when she was at her thinnest. Here's another of the new fish, which I didn't think I was going to be able to show you. This is a gold streak blenny. I have a feeling that Benny, the red spot Flymo blenny, will have something to say about him. But I didn't just get him, I also got a Pictus blenny. I have like a new-found appreciation for the character of some of these fish, and blennies, if you don't have one, you absolutely should get one because they are such great characters. Can't really see the Pictus blenny from here, but Pictus blennies are basically blennies in little pinstripe suits. So Rachel has affectionately nicknamed him 007. I don't know where she comes up with this stuff. She has way too much time on her hands. What she usually says is she says, oh, I like that fish. Give me a few hours, I'll have a think, and I need to come up with a great name for it. So anyway, this is 007. And if you want to know one of Rachel's other fish names, this is Finn Diesel. And I quote, he is a cool fish that needs a cool name. The second of the final two fish to show you is this whitetail coal tang. Now the reason I got this is because I was looking for a bristle-toothed tang. So tangs have different shaped mouths, and that's because they eat different types of algae. For example, acanthus tangs, like the powder blue, are more likely to eat hair algae, whereas she is more likely to eat filamus algae. So I got her to fill that niche within the aquarium. She's a little bit skittish at the moment, purely because I am so close to the glass, but she usually calms down. And for the last fish, which you can see in there, this is the very, very special fish. But I'm going to have to feed it to get it out. Right now on the menu today is mysis, brine shrimp, and red algae, and that's just to give them a variety. You can see that she hasn't lost her appetite despite the move, which is great to see. Jeffrey is now out, although, nope, back in, bit camera shy. Now this is the fish that I've been talking about, and if she comes out of the shadows, you will see just how pretty she is. She has these vibrant purple stripes on an orange background, and that's why she has affectionately been named Fruit Salad, because she looks like one of those old fruit salad sweets. It's a shame that she's so shy at the moment. The whitetail coal tang is a little bit too frisky for her liking, because while she's eating it scares her sometimes, and then it makes her go back into the pipe. But usually after a couple of minutes, she comes out. Now one of my all-time favourite fish is a Swiss Guard basslet, but I thought I'd treat myself and go for the next level up. And this is the pinnacle when it comes to basslets, as far as I'm concerned anyway. Now I'm sure loads of you will say that you spent so much money on a fish that hardly ever comes out, and technically that is true. But that is also one of the things I absolutely love about her, because when you see her, it's like it's an event. You don't feel special when you see a yellow tang because you see a yellow tang every day. But when you see this fish once every week, you'll know it's a good day today. Now the reason they're so expensive and you don't see them very often is because apparently they're quite a deep water fish, and they prefer depths below 25 meters, sometimes up to 100 meters. So these are not easy fish to collect. And that is why they have a price tag to go with it. Right, that's it for today, guys. Please feel free to comment below what you think my next special fish should be. Have a good day, and I will probably see you tomorrow.